Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and have a good day to everyone. Okay, in this video, this is actually the second part of course assessment form for course with exam. In this video, I will show you an example on how to fill in the appendix to course assessment. Okay, the first part, the first section A, we need to fill in the marks distribution. So in my case, the total marks for CAM is 40. And the total percentage for CAM is also 40. For the final examination, for my course, the total marks is 120. Why? Because I have 6 questions and each question is 20 marks. So 6 questions, the total marks is 120. And the percentage for final examination is 60%. Number of students for my course is 47. Okay, so that is how to fill in section A of marks distribution. Okay, so now we move to section B. Okay, the mapping of CAM distribution to CLO and student achievement. So in this box, you can see that I have put the default number, which is 0, for all CLOs. Okay, so this is only default number. Is to stabilize the formula that I've inserted in the assessment form in the first sheet earlier. So I'll show you on how to fill in the section B. Okay, now to fill in the section B, we need in hand our own record on the student's marks. So in my case, I put all records in Excel. Okay, so this is my Excel file on the student marks, which includes the CAM and also final examination. So in this CAM, I have 2 assignments, assignment number 1 and assignment number 2. And for each assignment, I have break down the assignment into 2 questions, 2 components. So first question is 10 marks, second question is 10 marks, okay, equals to 20 marks for assignment number 1, and question number 2, 10 marks, question number 1, 10 marks, question number 2, 10 marks for assignment number 2, which equals to 20 marks for assignment number 2. So from here, I will use the information to fill in the course assessment form, the appendix. Okay, let's start. So the type assessment for CAM first is assignment 1. And then it has breakdown, which are question number 1 and question number 2. In my case, question number 1 is to achieve CLO number 1. Okay, and then the marks allocated is 10 marks. So I put it here 10 marks. And when I check the record, it appears that 4 students fail question number 1. Alright, so I fill in the fail. Okay, 4 students. And the rest has passed. Okay, 47 students. So 43 students pass question number 1. So how to know whether your student is pass or fail? Okay, based on the marks that they gain, okay, you check if it is more than 50%, so it is considered pass. Okay, if they gain less than 50%, so they are considered fail. Okay, so that is for CLO number 1. For question number 1. So now, for assignment number 2, I have another component, another sub-question, which is question number 2. And this question number 2 is also to achieve CLO number 1. Sorry, is to achieve CLO number 2. Alright? So here, CLO number 2, for question number 2, the marks allocated is 10 marks. The number of students who failed question number 2 is 2 students. Okay, 2 students. The student pass is 45 students. Okay. So, if you have inserted your numbers here, okay, so you can delete the default number given to you in the form. Okay, because you've already got your own number. Alright, so continue with assignment number 2. Assignment number 2 also has 2 questions. Question 1 and question 2. So, question number 1 in assignment number 2 is to achieve CLO number 3. Okay, and the marks allocated for assignment number 2 is also 10. So, here, 10 marks for question number 1 for assignment 2. How many students pass? Let's see. So, all students pass question number 1 and question number 2. So, it means 47 pass, 0 fail. Okay. So, in these columns, you have inserted your number. So, you can just delete the default zeros given. Alright. So, next is assignment number 2, question number 2. So, question number 2 in my case is to achieve CLO number 4. Okay, so under column CLO number 4, the marks allocated for question number 2 is 10. 47 students pass and 0 students fail. Again, delete the default 0. Okay. So now let's see how it looks. So this is how it looks like, right? After you fill in the assignment number 1 and assignment number 2, the marks allocated, alright? So you can see the gray area will generate the total marks for each assignment. So here, assignment number 1 is 20 marks. Assignment number 2 is 20 marks. Alright. In my case, my CLO is only until CLO number 4. I have only 4 CLOs. But the forms continue until CLO 6. So, if your CLO, like me, is only until 4 and you have 5 and 6 which are unused, okay, so just remain, let's the, let's the 0 defaults remain. Okay, don't do anything to the 0. Okay, just let it be like that. Okay, alright. So now, let's see. Okay, now we've got the percentage for your student achievement for CAM. In my case, 25% has been allocated for CLO number 2 for CAM, right? And then from there, 91% of students pass CLO number 1 and 8% failed CLO number 1. For CLO number 2, 25% marks allocated for CLO number 2, where 95% student pass CLO number 2 and 4% student fail CLO number 2. Okay, and the rest continue lah. 100% pass for CLO number 3 and 100% pass for CLO number 4. So this percentage, okay, will be brought forward to the assessment form. Alright, so now you can see here, it has been generated in here. Okay, for CLO number 1 and CLO 2 for CAM. Right? Okay, so now we continue with exam. So for the exam, we fill in the question. So in my case, I have 6 questions. So Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, Q5, Q6. Okay, let me freeze the view to make it easier. Okay. So now we need to refer back to our records on the student marks. Okay. So now, okay, this is the final examination. Okay, the way I record my student marks in my own personal Excel file here is also based on CLO. Okay, so in order to do this, okay, you have to refer to your TOS. So in my case, this is my TOS. Okay, this is my TOS. So based on this TOS, I built my Excel file based on this TOS. So you can see here Q1, okay, which is the question number 1, all marks, 20 marks, is to achieve only one CLO. Okay. Q2, ABC, okay, component sub question ABC is to achieve one CLO, D also another CLO. So 2 CLOs under question number 2, but A, B, and C share the same CLO. Okay, CLO nombor berapa tu tak kisahlah. Okay, as long as they share the same CLO, we can put it under the same column. Q number 3, okay, question number 3, 20 marks for only one CLO. Q number 4, all components A, B, C, D for one CLO. Q5, Q5A, okay, question number 5A is to achieve one CLO. Q5B is to achieve another CLO. Okay, so that's why in different column. And Q number 6, all 20% is for one CLO. Okay, so now, after we have this, so now we can fill in the appendix. So let's see, okay, question number 1. So in this question, refer to our TOS. Q question 1 is for CLO number 2. Okay, so because there is no sub question, so you don't have to put anything in here. Okay, so for question number 1, it is to achieve CLO number 2. Okay, so 20 marks for question number 1. And then how many students pass and fail? Okay, so in this question number 1, all students pass. Okay, all students pass. So we put here 47. Okay, so next question number 2. Question number 2, A, B, C. Okay, check the TOS. Question number 2A, question number 2B, and question number 2C is to achieve CLO number 1. Okay, so A, B, C. Okay, the total marks for A, B, C is 12. Is 12. It's 12 marks. And no student fail. So A, B, C is 12 marks. No student fail, 47 students. And then we continue with question 2D. Yeah. So check the TOS. Question 2D is to achieve CLO number 2. So D is to achieve CLO number 2. The marks allocated is 8. Yeah, 8 marks. So let's see. So in this case, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So 12 students fail. So the rest, 35 students pass. Okay, that is question number 2. So now move to question number 3. Question number 3, check the TOS. 3C CLO number 1, 3B CLO number 1, 3A also CLO number 1. So all is to achieve CLO number 1. So Q3 is 20 marks. So Q3 under CLO number 1, 20 marks. And from the record, all students pass. Okay. In this case, for my final examination, I have 6 questions and students need to answer 5 questions out of 6. So in this case, question number 3, there are some students who did not answer question number 3. They choose other questions. Yeah. So, but for the purpose of calculating the achievement, we have to assume that all students answer question number 3. Yeah? All students answer question number 3, even though there are some of them only answer question number 3. So in this case, all students pass. If I'm not mistaken, let's check again. Okay, all students pass. So 47 pass, 0 student fail. So now move to question number 4. Question number 4, 20 marks. Okay, so let's check the TOS. Question number 4, all sub-questions is to achieve CLO number 1. Right? So, marks under CLO number 1, 20. Check again. The Q4. How many students fail? In this case, also 47 students pass. 0 fail. Okay, move to question 5. Question number 5 includes 2 CLOs. Okay, that's why 2 columns. So let's check the TOS. So question number 5A is to achieve CLO number 2. Question 5B is to achieve CLO number 1. Alright. So sub-question A, sub-question B. So A is to achieve CLO number 2. So let's see. What is the marks allocated is 10. So 10 marks for question 5 under CLO number 2. And in this case, many students fail. Okay, I don't want to count. So we assume lah, let's say 20 students fail. Yeah, 20 students fail. So the rest is 27 students pass. Alright. I don't want to count because time consuming, okay? But in the real case, you have to count lah how many students pass and how many students fail. Alright. For question B is to achieve CLO number 1. The marks allocated is 10. Let's see how many students pass and fail. Okay, all students pass. 47. If fail, 0. Continue with question number 6. Question number 6. Only one CLO. Okay, 20. So what is the CLO? Question number 6 is for CLO number 2. Okay. So question number 6 for CLO number 2, 20 marks. So let's check. Only one student failed. Okay. Only one student failed. So the rest considered pass, even though some of them are not did not answer the question, but we have to assume all answered. So 46. The balance, huh? Alright. So now done. Okay. So what's next? Next, we have to delete the default zeros. For CLO number 2 and CLO number 1 only. Okay. For CLO number 3, 4 and the rest, which are unused, right? Let that remain. Okay. So here we can see, okay, let me unfreeze the screen. So we can see overall. Okay, so now let's check. Okay, so for question number 1, after you fill in everything, okay, you can see the gray area generate the total marks for all questions. So 20, 20, 20 for all questions. Alright. And finally, it equals to 60% of the percentage allocated for examination. Okay. And it has also generated the percentage of allocation for CLO number 1 and CLO number 2. Percentage for CLO number 1 and percentage for CLO number 2. So we know from the examination question that we have prepared, 51% is to achieve CLO number 1, 48% is to achieve CLO number 2. And from there, 100% of students achieve pass, okay? Pass CLO number 1. However, for CLO number 2, 82% pass, 70% students fail. Okay. So now let's see how it looks like in the attainment level in the first sheet. So let's move to the first sheet. Okay, so in this case, you can see after the Excel count, okay, so the total student pass CLO number 1 is 95%. Okay, CLO number 2, 89%. CLO number 3, 100%. CLO number 4, 100%. So the level attained automatically appear as high. Okay, based on this grading system. Alright, so what's next? So in my case, I don't want to put any remarks, but if you want to put remarks, you can do so. Okay, and then the next section is for the course instructor. So fill in your name, okay, signature, date, and also feedback. And then you can just print it out and put it in your working file. So that's all. Thank you.